Back from battle over there, only to battle bureaucrats here. Lizzie McDonald uncovering what our veterans are facing. And, boy, talk about bad timing, huh?
Yeah, it's so bad. And, you know, there's a new study out from the American Action Forum. They found that our vets face, when they come back home, they face a huge backlog for getting their claims satisfied from the VA. And look at this image. This looks like something out of an anxiety dream. And here's the problem.
What is it?
This is a VA center in Winston-Salem, and it is so bad what's going on. These are VA claims that are piled up. 37,000 files in here in the center, and it's so bad, Neil, in this center that the floor, the sixth floor, is buckling. There's fear that the fear that the floor could collapse. The problem is that the VA is mostly on a paper system, not computerized. And also, there are so many forms that vets have to fill out, more than 600 forms, you know, for 18 different agencies, according to the American Action Forum.
To get all sorts of benefits.
To get all sorts of benefits, but they're willy-nilly, you know, having to file forms all over the place to 18 different bureaus and agencies and units in the government. So you got to say to yourself, all right, the Secretary for the VA did expand VA benefits, right? He did it, Eric Shinseki, and that's what he's telling Fox Business. In other words, now vets can get, you know, benefits for Agent Orange or post-traumatic stress or Gulf War illness. But if you're going to expand the benefits, you can't do it when you're mostly working on a paper system. It has to be computerized, and you have to centralize it. So that's the problem that's facing our vets. That's why they have a year or more backlog.
Well, they deserve better. Lizzie, thank you for bringing it to light. Sure. Now, to Pete Hegseth, the CEO of Concerned Veterans for America, obviously very concerned. Pete, what do you make of this? I mean, a year or more to get what they're due.
Neil, this is a classic example of throwing more money at a problem and hoping it goes away. VA at this point is the second largest department in our government, over 300,000 employees, a budget of $120 billion. We've thrown more money at it, but at the end of the day, it's a large, inefficient bureaucracy with lots of duplication, way too many layers, way too many complications, lack of accountability at the top and throughout. And so our veterans who have fought on the battlefield that are coming home and earned benefits get caught in the middle of a bureaucracy that can't meet their customer service needs, and so they wait in line longer, fill out more forms, and never get the benefits that they've earned.
Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, I always think that veterans should go right to the front of the line, given all that they've put on the line. And now they just have one form after another, and if they're lucky to get all the proper forms, still stew and wait for the benefits that they richly deserved. There's got to be something we can do. I mean, throwing money at the problem obviously doesn't solve it if we don't address the underlying paperwork behind it. What's the deal?
That's exactly right. That's why our organization, Concerned Vets for America, has called for reform. This is not a funding issue. VA's gotten 40% more funding since 2009, yet the backlog's increased by 2,000%. It's exempt from sequestration. They've been hiring more staff. This is a problem from the top and throughout, a lack of accountability, a workforce that isn't held to account for standards. We've got middle managers and others that have gotten huge bonuses while the backlog has increased. This is what you see over and over again from unaccountable, unelected government bureaucracies that answer really to their own self-serving, self-perpetuating existence, as opposed to how do we make this more efficient, more user-friendly, spend dollars more wisely so that we're delivering services to veterans. And that's why our organization has launched something called the Million Vet Backlog to bring attention to this problem, and we're proactively working on the Hill to try to bring out reforms to get at this government bureaucracy so it's an easier, more efficient, streamlined process. It's something that's got to be done.
And Pete, you've been arguing this in the Republican and Democratic administrations. You don't have to be right or left on this. It's wrong. It's just wrong. Pete, thanks for all you do and getting to the bottom of it. In the meantime.